the last conversations they had, she shanked him in the gut.
She said, "I hate
Dude.
you," and then she shanked him.
Yeah.
Hey, watchers, we're watching whatever. I'm Nathan, and joining me here is Danny. We are excited here. We are back with the Penguin episode 8, the last episode of the season. We were actually going to save this for next week, but we decided we just saw episode 7, and we decided, you know what, we got to finish it up here, and we're really excited about this. So, before we start, first of all, I want to make, since we're on the last episode, I want to make a couple predictions here and get yours and see what we can try to figure
All right,
out.
cool.
So what I said from episode 7, right? My thought is going to be that obviously that Oz is going to win this war,
Okay.
and initially I thought maybe somehow Sophia finds out about what he did to his brothers and he tells his mom, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Right.
I don't know how they would find out unless Oz told him.
Right.
And then I instead of having Sophia, taken out, I have a feeling he's gonna put her back in Arkham somehow, right?
Okay.
Which I feel would be like a worse torture for her than to be
Right.
killed. And obviously, how does he get out of it? Well, I think Vic is gonna be the one to come back and with the his army of partners and save the day, save Oz from the Gigantes.
Right.
What do you predict?
I like your prediction so much. I'm gonna agree. I think yeah, putting Sophia back into Arkham is like, is basically like the greatest, like the worst thing that could ever happen to her, and I could see that happening in the show. I think though I think Oz is gonna win, and I think they're gonna set him up to be the next big bad in the next Batman movie. I think the only question I have, the two questions I have now are: will Oz's mom make it out of the show alive?
Mm-hmm.
And will Vic make it out of the show alive? Those are my two questions. I think we're gonna see Sophia. I think her character's so great and everything. I think you got to leave her alive for the possibility of bringing her back.
I feel that way too.
Yeah.
I think
Hmm.
with his mom, I think she's gonna make it through. I don't think they're gonna.
Okay.
Well, unless like her, with her disease, her dying at the end does something to him. Oh man, that's so hard. Okay, I'm gonna have to flip a coin here. Which one do I choose? Okay, just for the fun of it, I'm gonna say her disease is gonna take her in the end.
Okay, right.
Okay? Vic, I think he's gonna make it through, but just again for the fun of it, I'm gonna say he's not gonna make it.
Okay. Yeah. So
that'll be part of Sophia's retribution, right? Her revenge on Oz.
Interesting, right? She won't take his mom, but she'll take Vic. Oh, that's interesting. I think for Oz, like, if he succeeds, he gets everything that he wants, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, he wants to be the king of the city or whatever, and he wants his mom to see him accomplish this. I think we're gonna get like a bittersweet ending for him, where his mom's gonna die before he has a chance to like kind of show her. Mm-hmm. For Vic, I think I'm still gonna go with the idea that, like, so far, I mean, we've seen him kind of toe this kind of like moral line where he's like, he's good to people, he's bad to people, betrays everybody. I think in the end, he's gonna turn full villain by sacrificing Vic, or actually just straight up like murdering Vic. Those are my two crazy predictions.
All right.
All right.
So, okay. All right. So we're gonna get started with the show here. Before we start, I'd like to remind everyone on YouTube, please hit that like and subscribe button or buttons, and give us your comments. We're on the last episode here, so we're not worried about spoilers anymore. What were your thoughts? What did you think was going to happen? Right? What is your what is your overall take with this show? Right? I'd love to hear that from all of you. Um, you know, did you think that we were kind of like stupid or ridiculous with some of our ideas and theories here, or I mean, if we
uh,
were pretty spot on with some stuff, where was it impressive? I'm very curious. Uh,
That's funny.
so, and if you want to check us out on Patreon, you can go to patreon.com/watching whatever. Watch along with our full reaction and commentary to the show, along with your copy, which is available on Max. And for our Patreon subscribers, our Patreon viewers, we thank you for being here and joining here with us too, just like our YouTube viewers. And we're going to start the final episode of The Penguin here. Okay, while this is going off, for those of you who skipped the intro, just want to quickly go over. Danny and I have kind of made some predictions as far as what's going to happen with the show. So we both think that Sophia, to really get torture her, he's gonna throw her back in Arkham, right? We think that might be the ending with the show instead of taking her out. And I we both think that his mom is going to not make it through, right? That maybe whether her disease takes her, whatever it is, that way it's an unfulfilling ending for the Penguin, because he, everything he's doing, he's trying to show himself, improve himself to his mom. And then with Vic, yeah, we're both saying that he's not going to make it out of this episode either. Right? That somehow he's going to be the sacrifice. So we'll see how good we are with our guesses here.
I beat you. I win.
That was my only complaint with the last episode. Sal's death.
Yeah, that's pretty whack.
That shot with the ground imploding, it reminded me very much of the Dark Knight. Yeah.
It's painful, I know. I try to remember.
So they're doing hypnosis back to when she lost her sons. Maybe she does find out.
So her life kind of just stopped there at that age, basically.
It might do you some good to get out of the house. I'm worried about you, friend. Oz has been coming around the store a lot lately.
Oswald has always been so goddamn needy.
What he's done?
So she knows.
I found this in his coat. He was with him, Rex. My babies were drowning in those tunnels, and he didn't say a goddamn word.
He's a kid.
He locked them inside. This is what he wanted, me. All to himself.
Yeah, this is... Wow.
I got the devil in my house, Rex.
Oh my gosh, man.
What the hell am I supposed to do?
There are a couple different ways to handle this type of situation. Foster what he's got. Embrace it. Raise it.
You want me to look the other way? Ignore what he's done?
Jeez, man.
Well, then maybe let him go.
By let him go, you mean? You'd be willing to help me with something like that?
This is freaking crazy.
What?
Do you think like
This is nuts.
do you think like gang leaders are that like aware of the control they have over their guys? Also, you know how he's saying like money doesn't buy loyalty. These guys are looking for a father figure or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, all the loyalty that that Sophia has from her guys is money. And same with Oz, right? Yeah. Promising them he'll share the wealth with them.
Mm-hmm.
That's got to like be some kind of foreshadowing, dude.
Yeah, definitely. There's a point to that.
Yeah.
Ma, look who's here.
This is just crazy. Did she bring him out because the original plan was to have Rex get rid of him?
Wow.
I know you miss him, Ma. I do too.
Dude. dude.
This is crazy.
I mean, I was sitting there and I wrote in my predictions that the mom doesn't ever find out. No one ever know.
All right.
Oh my gosh. So now they know they can use this against him.
I'm gonna take care of you, Mark. What do you want? Tell me and I'll get it. See how hard you work. How smart you are. No one else believes in you like me. I'm gonna get you out of the east side, Ma. Put you up somewhere real nice. And if you don't believe me, because I'm gonna prove it to you, just don't give up on me.
It's crazy.
How do you live with that? Knowing that every day.
Hey, you could be hurt. We gotta get down there.
Well, Ozzy's probably dead.
He's gonna be crawling with cops. You don't know that, right? Wow. You're all a bunch of cowards, you know that? What, are you gonna let the Maronis and Gigantes do whatever they want? That's bullshit. Watch what you say.
I think the younger guys like identify with Vic, you know?
Mm-hmm.
They kind of hinted at that before, right? Like when
Yeah.
they were having the meeting with all the bosses and the young guys are behind them, and all the young guys were like into the Penguin's speech more than the older guys, right?
Yeah. Well, there goes my idea of Vic bringing in the forces to save the day.
Right.
Where's Oz?
Sophia. She blew it all up.
What about Oz?
Again, just goes against all our expectations.
Not only that, he's lost all the mushrooms. How would he? Is he gonna be able to?
It's time to wake up.
Regrow him?
You know, when Berto and I were kids, we found this nest out by the greenhouse with 2 baby birds inside. The smaller bird viciously attacked, and then it just pushed its brother out of the nest.
He knows exactly what she's talking about.
When the mama bird came back, guess what she did?
Killed the other bird.
Yeah, she fed the other bird.
She kept feeding it, caring for it. You don't like my story?
Mom, look at me!
Tell us why you left your brothers to die.
What the hell are you talking about?
Stop pretending.
He even looks a little bit like the kid.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Good casting, man. Or maybe they built his features around that kid. Or they just cast
No,
a kid
because he was
looks
like
just
that for the Batman movie.
That's true. That's true.
To kill your son.
He finds out about. Oh man, he didn't know. He didn't know she was gonna have him killed.
Your last night together was going to be here, at this club. Did he fulfill his promise? Do you wish you would have let Rex take him for that ride? How angry you are. Tell him.
She loves him, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, with that red scarf going right to her chest there is a little distracting.
Touch her!
Oz,
The-
was it my brother's right?
The cigar cutter.
It came back. Yeah.
Oh, no. No, 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 no.
But I'm offering you the opportunity to give it to your mother.
No. Mm.
I already told you I didn't do Damn it, no! I did nothing! I wasn't even there! I thought I wasn't with her, I was with you!
Finger, you
I was with
I already know.
Oh.
It's just your disease talking, man.
That's enough.
Oh. Oh.
Woo.
Oh.
I had enough to give all 3 of you. They were my babies. Your brothers.
It feels crazy. She just wants to see what's gonna happen.
I wake up every goddamn day sick that I'm your mother. I should have let Rex kill you.
Damn.
Wow.
Oh.
Oh.
You're the goddamn devil.
What the hell is going on right now?
Ma,
My babies. I'm so...
Stop him!
I got you. I got you.
Oh.
I knew he was gonna get capped in the eye. I just didn't know it was gonna happen from behind.
This went nothing like I thought it was going to.
Yeah.
She just fell. She just hit her head. Stop making sense, you know? Oz, it's me again. I'm worried. All right, just call me back, please.
This is why you gotta remember people's numbers.
Kid, where the hell are you? Oz.
This reminds me of No Country for Old Men. I mean, is that enough? Like, you probably have like internal injuries too, no?
He's got enough fat layer that I might have protected.
Sophia, she stabbed me.
Lying.
Your mom. She all right?
Yeah, she will be.
I got there too late. I got nothing left to offer him, so. I mean, guys like Link, he believes in you.
Link?
Yes. You gave people jobs in Crown Point. You gave people dignity. Get the hell up. Let's go. You know.
Great speech.
Practice that.
It's like the Ocean's 11.
Got a promise to keep.
The only thing that's distracting to me is when he does that lip licking. Because it reminds me of Harry Potter. Hey, fellow watchers, don't forget to like and subscribe, and check us out on our Patreon. Links are in the description below. And now back to our program.
I don't think we're quite clear on what you're offering.
I'm leaving Gotham. My territories, my businesses can all be yours. Whoever finds Oz first can have all the means to control Gotham for as long as they can hold on to it.
What a great way to get
Smart plan.
everybody to hunt him down.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a smart plan.
Into the lion's den.
Link.
Yeah.
You with Oz? Sophia just put a bounty on his head. We gotta do something.
Or is he using that to find Oz? Man, so many twists.
Yeah.
I did what you asked. If anybody sees me in here with you, I'm...
If the voters want answers. Sophia Falcone, she sent a car full of explosives into the tunnels under the city.
And why would she do that?
That hole in the ground used to be the biggest drug lab in Gotham. Salvatore Maroni.
Okay.
And you know all this? How?
Listen, I try to stay out of these kinds of things. She burned Sal's wife and son to a crisp.
It's quite a story.
And people are willing to believe it, right? They think she's a hangman.
You got an opportunity here. Give the people someone to hate.
And a reason to put her back in Arkham.
Someone to love. That's the kind of wind that you can ride all the way to the top, Councilman.
And in return?
You know, meet some of those friends you got.
What would you do if you were the councilman?
You take it and then try to screw him over later.
Do you think you're smart enough to go against him?
Nope.
You want to be welcome? You gotta look clean.
That's true. Not too many people know about him, right? It's all about the Falcones and the Maronis.
Right.
Or the Falcones. What a brilliant freaking move, man.
Oz, get in.
You think they're going to turn on him or they're going to help him?
I think they're going to help him.
I think so too.
Mr. Sal.
I have Oz.
Yeah, I think Link made a plan with Vic, and Link's gonna turn on his own boss.
She's gonna burn the house down.
Kind of looks like it. That's all her dad's stuff, right? His watch, his clothes. Ugh, that just makes my lungs hurt thinking about that. 3 cigarettes.
They made this girl so badass, man.
Yeah, they made her badass, but at the same time, she's not as deadly as you would think she should be.
Right.
It's just more of craziness.
Yeah.
Right.
Her look right now kind of reminds me of a Helena Bonham
Helena
Carter's character
Bonham Carter,
in Fight
yes.
Club.
Yes.
Yeah. Right? The way she smokes and everything too.
Uh-huh. And like she's crazy, but she still has that humanity in her.
Yeah.
She let her niece live. she didn't cut off Oz's mom's finger, but then she goes to something crazy and blows up an entire block and kills a bunch
Right.
of innocent people. What reason does she have to stay?
Will you end things here or drop him over the Atlantic? See if the Penguin can fly.
I think you're right. I think she's going back to
To Arkham?
Arkham. It's sad, man. Her story's so sad if that's how it ends.
You say you and me go for a drive?
It would make more sense, right? Because now Oz needs somebody that the councilman can blame.
You going somewhere?
What did you say to get Link to turn? I'm sure you promised him something.
A chance to be somebody. Link was tired of being overlooked. He ain't the only one neither.
Just like him, huh?
Years of being brushed aside.
You called it. You called it.
Makes you want to break somebody else.
Oh!
You don't see that everyone around you is stopped?
They're all parallels to him.
Oswald Cobb, man of the people. Oh, you don't want to put your gun to my back? How's your mom? Has she told you she loves you yet? I didn't see you, but she did. You have always been a monster.
You're going to hell, sweetheart.
I knew it.
You're right, man. Story's so sad.
Dude, man.
She's gonna take the blame for everything. She's like the hangman all over again.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
But instead of just killing seven women, she became a terrorist.
Right.
There she is. You all right, Ma? Lucky in a little whiskey to celebrate. This is all me. Ma.
Mentally gone now?
Ma, look at me. Ma, look at me.
Her disease finally racked her brain.
Your mother has suffered a serious stroke. I'm afraid the stroke has left her in a persistent vegetative state.
You were right.
He gets robbed of his victory.
Yeah. To show his mom that he did it all.
The last conversations they had, she shanked him in the gut.
She said, I hate you, and then she shanked him.
Oh, man.
I did it. I'm the king. But don't do this to me. Just don't do this to me, all right?
Now understand why.
Tell me you're proud of me, please. Come on, just once, just tell me you're proud of me.
In episode 1, why she pushed him so hard when he thought about running away. She needed him to go all in because she basically saved him knowing he's a monster. There was no option to let him just be a nobody.
Everything I ever done was for her. You think she forgives me? Can't stop thinking about them. My brothers, you know, what kind of men they'd be if they had the chance. What they'd think of me.
It's a very different kind of person who can talk about their family that way after they're the ones who killed them.
Yeah.
You know, I couldn't have done any of this shit without you, right? I mean, bringing Link into the fold, I didn't see it at first, but it's a smart move. You did good, kid.
Thanks for taking a chance on me. Family to me.
It's not a good thing, Vic. He kills his family.
I don't believe in kismet or nothing, but it's good that we met. Listen, kid, I can't bring you with me this time. I mean, that's the thing about family.
He's gonna... Oh...
It drives you. It don't make you weak, Todd. And I can't have that no more. Too much. Please. I'm sorry. You're a good man, Vic.
Brush his balls, Vic. Oh, my gosh.
That's sad, man.
What the
What
hell?
a piece of crap, man.
Just removing
I had a feeling this was gonna happen from like episode 1, man. But it's still so sad, dude.
I didn't. Until the moment he started talking to him about family, that's when I suddenly realized. Get rid of whatever weakness there is, right?
Alright.
It's been a long time since I've wanted to see someone just brutally assaulted and mauled. Oh, look who's back.
I brought your mail. This one's different. It's from a woman named Selena Kyle. She says she's your half-sister.
That's right.
Oh yeah, that's right.
In the Batman, she's Falcone's daughter.
Right. She's so good.
Oh man, this guy.
He's wearing the penguin suit.
And he's probably living in a penthouse. He's got his mom in a penthouse.
He brought his mom here?
Yep.
How we doing today?
I wish she'd get up and push him through that window.
I know. It's everything you wanted. You look beautiful.
Dance with me, sweetheart.
Does he know that she gave him up and he's gonna do something to her too?
Tell me you love me.
I love you, Oswald.
Tell me you're proud of me. I did it, Ma.
Wait, what?
Top floor. Penthouse.
He's making her his substitute mother. Holy crap.
Sick.
Nothing's standing in your way now.
Goddamn right.
The bat signal.
Okay.
We got that. Yeah, this was definitely far from being just a simple, predictable show.
Yeah.
And
Although
this
we got a lot of our predictions for the last episode correct.
I feel like it kind of led to that, you know, it was kind of showing,
right.
You know, but oh my gosh, man, what a crazy ending.
Yeah. Oh man.
I really did not think until those last few minutes before he actually did it. I did not think that he was going to be the one who took out Vic.
Huh. I don't know. I remember
I mean, they clearly showed it, right? The several times where he, you know, turn around, watch the sunset, lay down in the pit. It was clear foreshadowing.
Yeah, I think I mentioned earlier when we started the show that their relationship kind of reminded me of like Boardwalk Empire. And
yeah, you did.
Like and the moment that like we see like the main character kind of, you know, go full on bad guy or gangsters when he kills his protege. And here I think I mean it did the same thing for us, right? Like whatever kind of rooting we had for the Penguin when he killed Vic, I think most people like they checked out at that point.
Oh yeah. I think pretty much everybody was like, I'm done with this guy.
Right.
Which is
And
smart. It leads into, if he's in the next Batman movie, it leads him to now you know he's a villain and you're not gonna root for him.
Right. Yeah. I mean, wow. It's basically like the whole series. And it's kind of reminds me like Breaking Bad or something. It's like it's basically like
I haven't seen it.
It's just an origin story. Story.
Yeah,
right?
it is. It's an origin story for the Penguin.
Right. Yeah, like how he makes it, you know, in the next movie, they can just show him being like the king of the city, and we'll know how he got there. We'll know like everything. Yeah. But it's very interesting to think that Sophia will have another shot because of Catwoman, right? Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, so even though like she got like the worst thing that could have ever happened, which you called, right? She still has like that hope. You see her face, like it's like almost like she's feeling some kind of something positive, right?
Yeah.
Dude, that actress, man, she killed it in the show, dude. Like, I mean,
Yeah, she was the
yeah,
breakout star in this show.
yeah, man, she was amazing, dude.
As phenomenal as Colin Farrell was, she was
Uh-huh.
what really stood out.
Yeah, man, she's every scene, every expression, every like, man, she was just like every movement was just amazing. She
Yeah.
was great. Yeah.
Man, I mean,
Mm.
so we've okay, so one of the notes I'd written down here was
Uh-huh.
you talked about it. You kind of briefly mentioned that with the Vic, right? We talked about it, right? Where he would sacrifice Vic to save himself or whatever. But
Right.
he sacrificed Vic. He did in a way,
Uh-huh.
but it was, he himself was the one who ended Vic's
Right.
life. He sacrificed him to get rid of his any of that weakness of linking with
Right.
family and stuff.
Right.
Oh man, it just so yeah. I'm kind of trying to process everything still, but it's such a
Mhm.
what a great show, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, the
Yeah,
show,
it's a
the
good
writing
show.
was great, the cast was great. It really is just. Mm, I mean, I'm sad that Vic. I'm really so two things with the show.
Mhm.
I was disappointed with Sal Maroni's death. Right?
Okay, yeah.
It
That
was
was pretty
just like,
whack.
really,
Uh-huh.
he's gonna do that? He's gonna have a heart attack? Is I could see why the kind of the comedic element to it, and the
Right.
laughable moment, but just felt so. It was not fulfilling, and
Right.
then the way Vic was taken out, just it
Yeah,
was
man.
just that's a sad moment.
Yeah, that was pretty sad. Um uh I think the show really wanted to kind of um like stay away from its like kind of like superhero kind of based comic book origins, and
Hmm.
really like kind of leaned on like inspiration from other like gangster movies and stuff,
Oh
and
yeah,
gangster shows. Yeah, like I mean, you can see Boardwalk, Sopranos, like The Wire, what all those kind of like inspirations there. Even like The Godfather, like yeah, like when at the end of like I think the first two Godfather movies, maybe even the third one, like we see kind of like Michael taking power by getting rid of all of his enemies. I think that's like a line in the movie. Like, do you have to kill everybody? Like, I think when like someone asked him that question, like, and Michael's like, yeah, just my enemies or whatever. And here we see that like that montage of all the young the next generation guys taking out their bosses or whatever.
yeah,
Yeah, it was really well made, and even in those moments where they were kind of like overtly kind of like paying homage to these other like shows and movies, it didn't feel cheesy or like forced or anything. It felt very kind of natural within like the setting of the world and the story that they wrote.
yeah,
Was good. Yeah. And they left it up for like to lead into the next movie or even do another season. I wouldn't mind that, man. But
yeah,
yeah, but I feel like if you go into the next season, I think it's got to end with, it's got to like continue on into a movie, because you can't bring like Zoe Kravitz and like Pattinson into the show. I think they're too
Y-
big for the show.
yeah. I feel
uh,
like this might be like a standalone
right.
show, right? It's
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
season, it's done, and then I mean, what they could do is
Mm.
go into the movie. Penguin's one of the villains.
Well,
Have another villain introduced. New
uh,
season,
right.
new title, new villain.
Right. That's pretty cool. Yeah, there's several shows like that, like Fargo, and I think like maybe American Horror Story, where like
Mhm.
each season it's his own contained
Yeah.
like element or whatever. Yeah, I could. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Like make spin-off shows based on minor characters from like the Batman universe or whatever. The new Batman universe, pretty interesting, man. Like
Mhm.
I feel like you know, because like they came out when I was like in like junior high or high school, man. Like those OG Batman movies were like so iconic, right? You watch it now, it's some of them are kind of cheesy, but I remember like when the first one came out and people were
Oh my
stealing
gosh.
like the bus stop like
Yeah,
posters
the
out of there
posters.
because
Everyone's jacking
yeah,
the
had that
posters.
gold and black like Batman symbol.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, like I remember that, and I remember thinking like wow, Michael Keaton, yeah, like he's not badass, but that first movie at least was like so good, and then I think it got cheesier and cheesier and cheesier, and then but man, like with what's his name
Bale.
Christian Bale's Batman, right? And
Yeah.
Ledger's Joker, it felt like you can't top this, right? You can't top it. It's impossible, right? They made like a realistic kind of version of like Batman that's like ultra violent and like huge in scope and scale. And I thought you can't top it. And then and so then when they started doing like the what's his face um oh man, I can't remember his name right now. Affleck. When Affleck did it, and he was like the old version of
Yeah.
Batman, like from like the Dark Knight Returns, which is like one of my favorite like comic books of all time. Like I was like, okay, this is so smart to go this route, right? You got to do like aging Batman, and make it part of the Justice League and all that. And then when they did when they said Robert Pattinson is the next Batman, I was like, what? That dude is not badass, you know? And then but what they did was like so smart in that too, because they made it like really it's just a detective movie. It's not, it feels less like a superhero movie and more like a detective movie, and that was like smart.
So my final thoughts. I really really like the show. Right. I think I like this better than Shogun.
Oh, okay.
I think. It's
Uh-huh.
you know
Uh-huh.
just
High compliment. High praise.
it's so hard to say for sure because Shogun was such a good show. Only reason I'm saying I think I do is because the first episode of Shogun did not pull me in. Right.
Okay.
Remember that I was on the fence about the show
Yeah.
after
Yeah.
this one from the first episode till the end. They're just it's been such a great show. I've enjoyed every minute of it, well, pretty much every minute of it. So, yeah, I think they did a fantastic job with it. Again, Colin Farrell, fantastic job. I can never remember the girl's name, but Sophia, right? Amazing job. She deserves they both deserve an Emmy. This is like definite Emmy role.
Right.
So I'm still so upset about. Like I said, I have the feeling Vic's not going to make it. I'm upset about how he was taken out. That's what really upsets me, right? I mean, I would have been sad if Vic was shot by somebody and killed, whatever. But the way they made him go, it's so frustrating.
Right. It feels so much more violent too. That like, it wasn't like he got shot or anything. Or even the way that all the other bosses like were like when we saw someone get like brained with the helmet or whatever, like strangled or sliced, he did it with his own hands, man. Just like choked him out, like, dude, it's crazy.
The guy who Vic, the guy who helped him, ran all the errands for him, basically saved his butt, calling in Link, forming that
multiple
alliance.
times.
Literally saved your ass, and the one person who's trustworthy, and you get rid of him. So, but that's all I'm gonna say for it. That's my take on this. What are your thoughts?
I think it's a brilliant show. It was really good. I wonder how much of our kind of like our appreciation or love for the show comes from the fact that it is kind of based in a world that we are familiar with, even though they made it something totally different. Like the reason why Hollywood constantly remakes stuff and does sequels of stuff is because people want that. They're more like, even if you recast the entire thing, as long as it's set in that world, there's something about it that brings people back. That's why they'll constantly reboot and remake and sequel and whatever, prequelize everything, right? Because people, once they feel comfortable in a certain, and I wonder how much of that is like true to us, like right now. Like our love for the show is the fact that he is the Penguin. We have like something in the back of our brain, like we have an instant connection to this character already. You know what I mean? Like and I don't think that's like cheating, especially because they did something so like brilliant with the show. But yeah, like one thing I think I talked about before is like when I used to be crazy about movies, I would watch a movie, I would like it, then I would look up every movie by that filmmaker, and then I would look up like who inspired him, and then I watch all their movies, and who did he inspire? Then I watch all of those movies. It's like that, and I could imagine people when if they saw this show and then someone told them like, yeah, obviously inspired by like Scorsese and Coppola and stuff, people would like, oh, I want to see what that's like. I could see that. It's like a intro to gangster cinema.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Exactly. Right. It didn't feel like a comic book show. It felt more like a gangster show.
Right. But it still
had those elements.
It's still approachable because it's got that like kind of right. Yeah.
Like for instance, I know you talked about the Watchmen TV show, right?
Right.
I want to check that out now.
So good.
But there are going to be people who don't watch it just because it is the Watchmen. It is based on a graphic novel. It's set directly in that world, right? So that's why, like you were saying with this, I think it's a good intro because even though it has elements, it's set in that world, it doesn't feel comic book-esque.
Right.
It just feels like
Watchmen?
A dark crime drama.
Right. With with a little bit more like kind of like operatic type kind of feeling because I mean these aren't just guys who are trying to like find their next score or battle with other neighborhood gangsters. Like this is a dude who aspires to be like the king of the city. That's like that's very great. Like most gangster movies aren't like that. Now that I think about it, it reminds me of Public Enemy. That's why I remember when they were like, "Oh, what's your favorite movie?" Like Public Enemy. I was predicting that it was that because there's that whole speech where he's like, "Look, Ma, like top of the world, like all that." Like, was that from Public Enemy?
Was it?
I think so. It wasn't that, but anyway. No, and so I was thinking like, it's got this kind of really like almost operatic type like kind of thing going on with like the whole. There's like these like Oedipus things going on. It really tried to do a lot, and I think it did a lot of it really well.
All right, so I guess we're gonna end it here, right? This was a final episode of The Penguin. We both loved the show. Fantastic cast, right? Great writing. Just everything was really wonderful about it. But with all that said, now we ended here. I'm still very upset with how Vic was taken. Really made me. I didn't quite hate Oz, even with us showing how he trapped his brothers and had them killed. I still didn't fully hate Oz until this happened.
Right.
Now I just hate this character.
Yeah,
but that's weird, great writing.
Right? Yeah, that's weird. Like, what is it in our psychology that kind of will allow us to overlook like all the crimes and murders that he committed over the course of the show, but then like the one where he betrays like this other character, that's the one thing that's like breaks the camel's back or whatever. That's the thing that goes too far.
Most of the time you look at it, it's about loyalty. When you betray someone who's loyal to you,
right? Yeah,
So
that's true. Very true.
but yeah, so we're gonna end it here. Everyone who's watching us here on YouTube, please remember to hit that like and subscribe button and give us your comments. What were your thoughts on this show? What did you like? What did you not like? Did you hate him as much as we did when he killed Victor? Um, did you think Sophia was going to be killed by him, or are you happy that she's in Arkham and now it looks like there's a possible chance she might have another part to the story? I'd love to hear from you on that. For our Patreon viewers, thank you very much for being with us here throughout this season of the Penguin. We appreciate you subscribing to the channel and excuse me, and watching along with us here and showing us your support. So we're very grateful to each and every one of you. So with all that said, we're gonna say have a very good night. Bye.